Hello, loves. Alrighty, so I have another video for you, and this very much goes into playing with our new moon energies of what we're into right now, and this is the second in the series for how to create miracles. So I will post below last week's about the miracles and how to create them, how to be more available to them. That's a big thing that I'm really getting clarity on. But today I wanted to bring in another aspect of it. I felt that I was guided to talk about how to open up to the flow. And Christopher Moore has such a beautiful quote, and he says, children see magic because they look for it, right? Because all too often we act like grown-ups and that can start to feel like a drag. But why does it need to be? So it can leave us drowning in responsibility, suffocating from anxiety, sinking with doubts about our own abilities and all that we are supposed to be, all the shoulds, right? And that causes us to be frazzled and exhausted, and we fall into bed for a few hours in an attempt to fortify ourselves for tomorrow's repetitious hamster wheel, right? And then we lie there awake, stressing over the lack of attention or lack of results or lack of achievements or lack of money or whatever that we feel the lack is, and all these expectations that we haven't met. So what the heck happened? Somehow we went from making sandcastles to making grades to making money, which is now overriding any attempt to making memories. And somewhere along the lines, the sunny blue skies turned to like 50 shades of gray, right? I remember when my oldest son, he turned 18, and I transferred his cell phone line off of mine so that he could start paying. And then it was also his first year of doing taxes, and he had his car and insurance, and he turns to me and he's like, Mom, I know I'm only 18, but I already don't like this adulting thing, which I was like, yeah, I feel you. Because he says, it feels like everyone just wants you to work so you can pay their bills. And yeah, it can be a really big eye-opener that there is a lot of responsibility when you're considered the age of adult at 18 here in Alberta. But it doesn't need to be such a drag. That's old programming, guys. So we moved last week, like I said, into this new series, which is about getting into the flow of magic and miracles. So we're going to continue this week as we talk about a really powerful way to get into the flow of what's going on. So if you want to check out last videos, you can, I'll link it below. And if you also are looking for some confidence and courage, I just did a series, 4-video series on that. So I can link that one as well for you. So my job, I feel, on this planet is to help people to enjoy the human experience, because that's what it's all about. We're not here for suffering. We're not here to struggle. And I'm a self-wealth expert, and I help clients crack out of their shells, discover their purpose, activate their potential, and bloom into their miracle zone. Remember, it's not the complicated tricks and tactics that are going to open the floodgates that the universe has made it so easy for us to access. It's actually us who have to get out of our own way and peel back some of those layers from that domestication and conditioning process that we went through in childhood, so that we can be a little less obstructed and a whole lot more free. So let's get into it. Rediscovering your sunshine. Now, if you think of children, they are sunshine. They're sunshine with little legs, because sunshine and opportunity is all that they see. They have no concept of worrying about the future or living up to responsibilities or overwhelming to-do lists. They don't live there. They don't experience embarrassment when they fall over or they get it wrong, or they're showing somebody exactly how they're feeling. Remember, I talked about this a couple of videos back, where they have not created a failure file yet. And our brain files our emotions in our files are memories and emotions, right? And so we have created a failure file, but they don't. So it's really important for us to touch back into that inner child so that we can bring in that wonder and the excitement, and then be excited about the newness and the discoveries and the adventure. Like when you watch a child, you notice they're way too caught up in fun and to even think about the consequences, right? They laugh with every inch of their body. You can see their whole body laughing until it hurts, and then they keep laughing. And there's a word that sums all of these characteristics up, and that is playful. For a moment, can you just feel into that word of playful? Just the word itself provides the space of peace and curiosity at the same time, doesn't it? Most importantly, it also helps us to feel our enoughness, and that's an incredible state to be in. Imagine waking up in the morning with absolute blissful expectation rather than feeling overwhelmed as a million worries rush in as soon as you open your eyes. Or imagine feeling at peace with everything that you've said and done instead of beating yourself up because of regret. And I'm sure you can imagine what would it feel like to swap fear of what the day might bring for being so excited to wake up and just see what does the day have for you. In contrast, guys, our wagon load of worries feels like a really heavy burden. And for a lot of us, our inner critic voice set on repeat sounds super mean while we watch these precious little people dancing around with their enthusiasm over the slightest achievement. Like I am absolutely in love with watching my grandson discover all the cool things. He's almost 2, so he's getting into all kinds of stuff and he's figuring out how things go together. And it's just a reminder to us that we are here to have fun. Have you ever wondered how blissful it would feel to be carefree and embody that childlike lightness, right? My lovelies, it's your time. It's your time to access that storehouse of magic and miracles. And this is how we do it. We're not going to do it by being all serious and strategizing or analyzing, right? It's time for us to begin to study and mimic our younger friends, our children, our grandchildren. And the more that I'm around my kids and my grandkids, the more I see the gifts of awareness that they're here to provide us. As parents, we get so caught up in thinking that we're here to teach kids how to be in the world. But after being guided to write the course that I just finished, which is called You've Got Miracles, the more I see how much they're here to remind us about our true nature. We get so hung up on so many things, but kids are so much easier going. They're free spirits. And because of that freedom, because they aren't wrapped up in 1,000 rules, they're amazing creators. They can take like a puddle of mud and turn it into a castle, right? Or they can take a cardboard box and make a robot head or a car or a Barbie house or whatever is going on in their brains that they feel like creating. They are creators. And that's what we have lost touch with in our lives. We keep doing the same routine on repeat and it sucks the fun out of life. But life is meant to be fun. It's not meant to be a drag. And if you honestly want to access your storehouse, guys, and all of that's waiting for you in there, you're going to need to unclog your pipes a little bit. And the only way to get things flowing is for you to start flowing. Remember, life is a giant mirror. And if we are in flow, life will flow with us. But when we're stuck and stagnant, our life experiences have the same stuck, stagnant flavor. And I've really noticed this more and more lately. And the more that I allow myself to loosen up and relax a little bit more and be a little bit more carefree, the better my runs are, the less aches that I have afterwards, the more energy I have because I'm not in my head strategizing or analyzing. And don't kid yourself, there's a lot of energy that goes into that kind of stuff. But there's even more energy that gets drained out of you with the mental batter with your inner critic. So think of when you had a conflict with someone and how much energy goes into defending your position and how drained you feel afterwards, right? You're literally doing the same thing with yourself. So if you're wondering, where is all your energy going? How come these kids seem to have so much more? I'm shining a huge spotlight on that blind spot today. Look at the way you talk to yourself. How much energy goes into that continuous, never-ending argument? And then how much mental energy are you putting into trying to solve a problem? But just because you're an adult And just because that's the way that you saw the adults in your life act when you were a child doesn't mean that that's the way it has to be, or that it's the most effective or beneficial or enjoyable way to be, is it? Just because there's tons of people operating their lives that are stifled and limited does not mean you have to. You still have a choice, and I'm suggesting another option today for you, my loves, because you deserve a whole lot more in your life, and this is how you open up to the gate of fun in your life. So here's the key. The more that we're able to let go, right? The more that we will also be able to enjoy each day and each moment. Even when it doesn't go the way that we've planned, there's always an opportunity to find that element of fun or playfulness. There is so much freedom when you allow yourself to rediscover your inner haha or your silly or your consequence-free side, just to unlock that optimism a little bit and to question everything and begin to see responsibility as nothing more than fun tasks that you have chosen to accept. Doesn't that sound like a way more lighter and freer way to live? Kids make every task bright and fun and interesting. And sometimes, well, most of the time, a little chaotic, right? Their infectious excitement and belief in good things are there to remind us every day how much we're missing out on. Their easygoing behavior and fun-loving emotions remind us of the other options that we have, that we might have distanced ourselves from because we've accepted the beliefs of other adults, that life is about struggle and hard work. But it's not. There's no rule book anywhere that says that. I'm not advocating that we should be childish, but rather childlike. It's possible to find joy in everyday routine, but you're going to have to bring your childlike qualities into your life. You're going to have to bring the creativity and the adventureness and the free-flowing attitude. My dream is for everyone to rediscover their inner child, to breathe, to dance, to laugh so hard that you physically shake. And so I invite you today to, especially when you seem to be wrapped up in dilemmas or a challenge, ask yourself, how can I bring my childlike qualities to this moment? How can I allow this to be easier? And how can I take that first step forward to being a little bit more free? We always have a choice. And remember, life is your masterpiece. So with one small childlike action at a time, I invite you to run with some of the ideas that I'm going to list off for you to rediscover your sunshine. And I'm sure that you probably have a few ideas of how you can get this beautiful, fun energy flowing in your life as well. But I'm going to share with you a few, and I would love to hear in the comment section below if any of these resonate with you when you last tried them out, or if you're going to play with a different kind of childlike energy. So this is how to live, laugh, and love like a child. Number 1, belly laugh at your own jokes. I know kids do this and we feel foolish doing it, but supercharge your joy by delighting in your own unique sense of humor. Number 2, try hopping or skipping or running. You're like instantly going to halt worry just by the enjoyable distraction of moving your body in really fun and free-flowing ways. Or number 3, believe that you have superpowers. Remember that as a kid? Call on your amazing inner storehouse of talent and knowledge and intuition and feel superhero invincible and stay blissfully upbeat no matter what the day throws at your way. Sir Thomas Browne said, all the wonders that you seek are within you. Or number 4, try giggling with friends, or build heartwarming, lifelong relationships and a treasure of great memories. So you can have like these giggle-making get-togethers. It's so freeing when we let ourselves just do that, right? Or how about riding on a shopping cart? I know it sounds super childish, or anything with wheels, right? Just to get that little bit of a gleeful energy flowing in you and allow some of the other thoughts to go out of your mind. Or 6, holler, me, me, me. Kids are great for that, right? But we got to trust that good things are going to happen, and we have to put our own hands up for every opportunity that comes our way. We need to be the ones who say our own yes. because the world is going to say no enough to you, but we need to say yes to ourselves. Number 7, jump into the circle. Guys, join in any opportunity that you have to enjoy some fabulous fun without waiting to be asked. Sometimes we sit on the sidelines and we wait for someone to invite us in, but remember how well that worked out in elementary school? It doesn't. You got to be the initiator. You got to get in there. You're going to form some new amazing friendships with like-minded people and other people who love to have a good time too. Or number 8, demand why not. So this is where we get to argue back against any of those limiting thoughts regarding your chances of happily succeeding with any of your ideas or plans when you have the life you dream of. So ask, why not? Why not me, right? Number 9 would be to radiate joy. Let your presence spread happiness to others by the infectious nature of your joy. Whether it's a smile or a hello to a stranger, holding the door. You know, we have so many opportunities where we can connect to others. And kids do that. They don't feel fear about connecting to other people. So get out, go see some people, and try and see how many people you can make smile in a day, right? Number 10, clown about. So this is where you can brighten up your day by acting out any silly idea that strikes you. Of course, the sillier, the better. So guys, I have a ton of these ideas, right? Where we can slay the dragon and believe in fairy tale endings by casting yourself as the hero in your own life story. But Peter David said, if children ran the world, it would be a place of eternal bliss and cheer. So when we're stuck in forever stressing through all the pressures of adulthood, it can feel exhausting if you allow it to be. But remember, you're the one who gets to choose. The relentless demands on your time and physical and emotional well-being can leave you totally wrung out, feeling like your natural energy and enthusiasm have completely lost their sparkle. But small, simple actions towards rediscovering your inner sunshine can help you burst with the joy of being like a child again. Consciously choosing a childlike approach brings incredible freedom that you can build on. So when you're rekindling your natural inner child, doing silly things like giggling or snorting or chortling until pure joy runs out of you, live, laugh, love like you've never lost the magic, and wake up feeling as if every day is the best day of your childhood. My loves, open up that channel of miracles to flow in your life by practicing some of these things. If you need help with that, I invite you to book a call and let's reactivate that free, light, fun spirit that's been bogged down for way too long. And for the rest of you, I love your comments, and I would love if you would comment on a thing or two that you're going to try playing with this week to bring more fun and flow into your lives. And remember, you are the magnificent creator of your own life. Mwah.